So I've been trying to get into my energy all night, and I'm having a hard time. And that's what I realize is the complete difference between me and what I create, because I look at what I create and it makes me want to disappear. It actually makes me want to disappear because I don't feel like it is myself. There's this ET picture I saw. This is what I feel like I look like when I dress up. I feel like this alien, and when I'm just being with myself, I have skincare on or rotting, not concerned with what I externally look like. I just am, and I'm so just myself, and I'm in my thoughts. I am not paying attention to the external factors. I've talked about this for about a year, and do you know how frustrating it is 1 year to be still struggling with certain things, and all you do is work on yourself, but you can be still struggling with something for like 1 year. What you are working towards at becoming, only you can know what you are working towards. You have to trust that where you are in this moment is where you are meant to be. I feel like when I look outside of myself, I start to lose purity of my energy. There's certain moments I've been so present, but in these moments I've been so offline. I feel like it's easier to stay offline and to stay present, and I feel like it's very difficult to integrate into this digital world. I've been saying this forever. I feel like we are meant to integrate, and that is meant to help us become sovereign individuals. We are meant to become sovereign individuals when we integrate into this physical world. I can notice there's different programming. You can feel the cycle of your programming. My body has anxiety sometimes, right? Because for whatever DNA makeup you have, or certain things that you were passed down in your physical lineage of people that you were birthed, whoever birthed you, in these cycles, you will feel them within your body. So I feel these cycles within my body. Some of this breathlessness I've had, I know I have this right now, and that communicates with me that I'm less in the present. I'm less in my body, which makes it uncomfortable when I can't feel my body, and I feel this disassociation. This is what it feels like. I don't feel like I'm in this depersonalization or derealization. When I first went through my spiritual awakening, I didn't feel in my body, and I feel like when you are ascending, you are not really in your body. You don't feel in your body, and it's so easy to stay in that state, but your soul knows what's the next step for you. So my soul knows we can't stay in this ascension state, and that's why I've been trying to ground. And there's certain things I do when I'm ascending, like sometimes when I'm like, I know I need to ascend, I just need to surrender to my soul, and I need to unravel more. I feel like when I'm ascending, it's more so this like unraveling, but also ascending, if it makes sense. Dissolution, dissolving. That's what it feels like. I feel like there's this brutality almost of facing more the physical world, and we are meant to walk the middle line. We are meant to walk the 40 path. I believe that's my universal truth. I don't understand why people argue universal truth. That is my universal truth. But when I integrate, there's more of these things I get to explore. I feel like after a couple of months of doing it, I want to run back to my spiritual bubble, and I know I repeat that cycle, and I've made the unconscious conscious in that way. And there's probably things that people are conscious about me that I'm not seeing, right, about myself, because maybe I am unaware of certain things, and maybe I have my opinion about it, but maybe someone has their opinion about it. Sometimes like there's people that leave things and it's just so vile on the internet, right? And I feel like because of that, you can want to have this protection over yourself, like don't show the internet that. But I'm not doing anything for the internet. I'm trying to face myself, my soul, and I'm trying to get to my highest potential, and I'm trying to document that along the way. I am trying to do the instructions that I've been shown to do. The whole point about having a vision and going and dissolving into that is to bring it into the world, but not to gain something. It was never about gain. It was about, okay, I feel so fulfilled within this place. This is not why I came here. Like I came here to do something. So when I face this world, there's all these different ways I've been trying to pull myself into this external world, because I know I'm meant to create something, and I have to face a lot more cycles of death and rebirth. So the faster that I face this, the faster that I can go through another death and rebirth. Sometimes like I feel like ascension can be so glorified, but before ascension it always feels like this death, and sometimes like before that you can kind of have this symptoms. I do feel still. I will observe my emotion. I'll just observe the thoughts coming with me. I'll be honest about them. I don't think we should have that disconnection, because you're either living authentically or honestly and true to what you're creating, or you're not. I know there's not black and white perspectives of everything. I know. The thing is, there is clarity and there's fog, and I feel like I have clarity on some things, and there's some things where I'm like, of course I could have more clarity, but do I need to have more clarity on this aspect at this time? Do I need to know all the darkness in the world, or do I just need to focus on what's in front of me, right? And what's in front of me is my soul shedding through more layers again, because you don't ever get to this arrival. And anyone you should listen to, I feel like the world, you need discernment. People are very impressionable, and we don't like to question things, and it's very evident that when you don't follow what's popular, it's not wrong to not follow what's popular. To go against the grain is to live your own life and be true to your soul. But do you know how uncomfortable it feels at times? I feel my own body, because it's not my choice. It is my choice. My soul chose it, but it's my programming. And there are limitations when it comes to the physical of our programming. We can elevate those. We can dissolve those because the soul rules everything, right? Purify the soul, purify your vessel. So the way that I tend to operate is I will focus on one thing at a time, or like two things I need to do, because if not, I could just stay in this state of I'm just letting so much time pass because I'm learning all these different things at once, and I find that's not good for me. Like, I need to pay attention to my physical world because I don't feel like I can rely on other people, and I do have this like hyper independence, and at times it's not this glorified thing to like integrate your masculine energy. I feel it does take away sometimes from that like whimsical nature. There's a large difference between your unhealed masculine versus your healed masculine. I need to create this protection and this stuff for myself, and I need to create the container. It's not just for protection of my whimsical self. I have to protect that because that is joy and that's happiness and that's a life force energy. And people like to dilute that to naivety or pure innocence or just being so unaware. I don't feel like I'm an intellectual. I don't. That's why I've always had trouble with the school system. I have my brain from my programming, my conditioning, the vessel I chose to think like I chose. I feel like I've been through so much that I have this vulnerability now, in the sense like I'm not as good at social situations as I used to be, because I feel like you just go through enough and it just like cracks you open. Can't make myself be normal anymore. Like, I just can't. It's like my mind completely fused out, and I want to be sometimes like more put together and less messy. But then I think about like there's people in boardrooms trying to find a way to be like authentic because authenticity is in or something, but like I'm trying to dim my own light. You facing yourself and not pretending. Like, people, they have these masks. It's not true to themselves, and like they operate in a way, and when it comes to social situations, I don't want to be around people like that. I don't really know what's going on with me. There's nothing going on with me. It's like I just feel this like energy come over me the last couple of days. My sleep schedule completely flipped. Ascension systems like up at 3 a.m. having this breathlessness. That's ascension symptoms. Like, why do I have such breathlessness? I tried to meditate. I tried to get into my stillness, and I felt this resistance. And sometimes you're gonna think you've achieved pure peace, and I feel at peace most of the time with myself, no matter what I'm going through. But then there's times I feel my programming in my body calls me to pay attention to it, and my environment is very, very impactful on me. I'm trying to be there for myself and not abandon myself. Sometimes I think I'm doing something for myself because I'm like, this is honoring my inner teenager or something. But then I'm realizing, is that really doing something for yourself, or is that just forcing you to be less of yourself and to conform more? Sometimes like you're not even aware. So someone else could see that within you, but also they could just be projecting. I feel like my cortisol sometimes raises when I am trying to integrate, and I hate that. I hate having high cortisol because cortisol steals your beauty. When I'm going through a phase where like I feel like cortisol, I want to do like a cortisol detox. I keep repeating these cycles where I will just like want to be in a city and like doing something and really integrating into the physical world, and then I'll just like completely go back into like a very spiritual state. But the thing is, like, I stay in these spiritual spaces so long, and I'm like so present to the point that it's like my ambition is not there because I'm just so at peace. That's not what I came here to do, right? So I have to face this part of myself. But for me to face a part of myself, it's easier for me to like dive into it and make a mess of it than learn the lesson. And I don't know if this is like self-sabotage. I've been trying to like learn how to do my makeup. You've not seen one comment ever of someone asking me for a tutorial. You know why? I'm not good at it. I just play around with it like a little kid. The thing is, like, I do have so much anxiety lately, but then I have to give myself permission. Like, I've had to give myself permission to have no shame, to do what I want, to not explain myself, and it's very difficult. I'm doing it. I was doing it at peace, but it's only to this last couple of days. Well, I feel like actually it's not true, because I feel like I've had darker energy ever since I stepped foot back in Canada. But I feel like there's darker energy everywhere in some different way. There's so much dark energy on this earth, and I hate it. It's not that the dark I'm afraid of. I feel like the more that you can transmute to feel that uncomfortableness, to feel the evil eye, to feel all these things, like the shame and all this stuff, and understand that it's okay. Your body has to like feel that hit to transmute that. It has to feel that hit of negative energy. It will eventually give you power to ascend. That's how it feels like to me. It's like that gives me power, evil eye, like all this negative energy I feel around me everywhere. I'm just always trying to go back to myself and like the world get away from me. Like I'm protective of myself. People always made me feel like, oh, being protective is closed off, so I had to be open for everyone else. When I feel at peace, I'm with myself and I feel like I have that to myself. If I'm in a period I'm trying to integrate, I talk about creating the container to exist in, but I find it hard to do that. Like I find it hard to just disappear and be in this like space but not have a camera around me, because I feel like it honors it. But then when I'm trying to integrate, like I'm trying to bring these lessons that I learned off stage and just like reflecting on them, even though I feel like I've already learned the lesson, I'm also trying to do it when I'm going through it, because I feel like if I'm going through it, it's like this collective thing that is going through it. Again, like there's just these barriers and there's so much to work through. You feel like you've come so far, but you can also look back like a year ago and feel like, why am I still going through these same problems? But maybe that's what it is. It's just constantly facing yourself, and sometimes that means like facing your programming, and also to not numb yourself from medications. People are so ill and so sick because they are on medication, and I know like I'm wearing makeup and stuff. This makeup is old as shit. I'll not repurchase this makeup again, and I know it's like toxic. I just have what I have right now. Sometimes you can't just like buy the most perfect everything. Too much time it takes to research non-toxic products, and sometimes you just don't know the history of every single brand. So like I think you have to be intentional, but sometimes you don't know, and like obviously things that affect your health. But I want to get to this point where I just feel so connected with my health in the future, right? Like I want to get to this point, perhaps like maybe I'm not using in this harsh light, because I feel like this takes away from being in the present. I want to have like my own garden and like really do these certain things to like soothe me. I have this pull to my dreams, like this darker side, and like to embrace that. I'm also realizing for myself and to nourish myself, I really need nature. I always go back to this because I'm like, I want to live in the city, not be so obsessed with nature. I'm gonna wear makeup, all this stuff, go, oh, be fun, be silly, like not avoid my own incarnation experience. I'm gonna be spiritual in a second, I'm not gonna be in form in a second. It's like embrace where you are. I don't want to miss out on my experience. I want to be in my body. It's hard because when things hit you and energy hits you, I want to curl up and hide. I feel so cracked open, but part of me wants to be cracked open more. This world tells you to be so scared. People are so mean, but people are nice. I feel like it's important to create in these moments as well, even if it's harder. You have to trust that where you are and your journey is where you are. If I'm going through this like breathlessness, maybe there's someone out there that's going through this breathlessness, and like I had to feel that because they feel that too. If you're gonna speak online about your experience and things, you're gonna choose that path of trying to be your sovereign individual, trying at least your best to be. I just feel physically ill right now. It's so weird. I turned on the camera and I got a headache. I just didn't feel here, and maybe it's because I just need to create in nature or to get comfortable with like not wearing any makeup, because I used to not wear any makeup, and I don't know why I'm like wearing makeup so much and trying to like do these girly things, and part of me just wants to go live in a little cabin in the forest, just be so alone and be such a hermit. But I'm like, I love the sun. I love the sun too. I don't know. I will put myself in a situation where I need to integrate, and I do, but it's like I continuously integrate that I've learned the same lesson and I feel stupid. I'm like, there's no need to feel stupid. I feel like when you follow your purpose, you're at least trying to connect to your heart, to live like a wholesome life or whatever, and to feel things that arise. It's not this weakness to feel, just keep getting more and more vulnerable, and people don't understand that. Like I keep getting more and more vulnerable, and it makes it even harder to look at a camera. It's like the more I go deeper with myself, the less deeper I go with other people. I think it's translating to the camera because I'm starting to create this disconnect. I don't want to have this disconnect, but there is. It's because like I don't feel like anyone's safe. I've had cortisol in my body. I hate it. And me like just wants to disappear, ride horses and go wild and free. I mean, there's all these different realities that I want to live in. So that's why I'm like, I want to be where I am now and give myself the permission. I'm trying to give this, what I'm trying to say out. This is not my energy. This is not my energy. And that's why I'm also starting to realize I'm meant to relay messages to other people that maybe it's not my energy, because I know my energy is so peace. And I've been feeling for days, all these videos I've been creating so much, I've been feeling this restlessness. It is like these ascension symptoms. I've been trying to repress all of this because it's not my energy, and I don't want to feel what's not my energy. I'm actually so hot, my body feels uncomfortable, but this is not my energy. Like if I were to go sit with my energy and not have a camera in my face, I would be so calm and so different. There wouldn't be this mask. When I talk like this is more my soul, but then my conditioned mind will judge myself, and I continuously repeat this. But this energy is not the purity of my energy. Something in me feels like you just have to like record this anyways, even though you feel you're being awkward and you're being like uncomfortable. My body is burning. Usually my natural state, like I've got my body to feel such a peace. What I'm realizing is just like literally anxiety, because I felt like I cured my anxiety. Your faith dissolves your fear. I don't have a lack of faith because I have so much clarity. Like I'm always like, everything's so spiritual. I don't feel like I'm in fear in that way. I just feel like my body and the fear that's injected, like the heaviness around me, there's so much fear injected into this world. I have to look around and protect myself. If that's not having fear, that's just being aware. Going back to what I was saying, like I want to disappear and just like not be a part of this society or anything like that. I don't. I feel like sometimes I just sound so gibberish. Like I do not make sense to people. I try to like filter myself to speak in a way that would make sense, because I have a hard time translating what is going on in my head. I do. I'm not trying to translate what's in my head. I'm trying to translate how I feel, and how I feel is not my energy, and I don't like it. So it does feel like ascension. I feel like people are going through ascensions now. There's this rage I went through last summer. Going through this rage, I was so scary. I scared myself. Still going through sacred rage, but in a different way. And now I've gotten to this point, like I don't have rage anymore. Things are what they are. Things are what they are. And sometimes I still feel upset about the way things are what they are. I get nostalgic and shit, which is not good, because it brings you back into whatever. What you feel is what you feel. What really feels good is being in the purity of my energy. It's the conditioning where I felt like you have to be serious. My soul was telling me I need to just be, right? Like I don't feel as present because I'm like trying to do, and that's the masculine side of me. Like I'm trying to do these things because I need to be more action oriented, because you need that yin and yang. And going back to extremes, I dive into one extreme, then I dive into the next, and then I try to balance it out. Each time it's like a cycle. I go from this one to this one to this one to this one. I'm refining myself. Where I am is the season that I am at, and there's 1,000 things. When people comment about things, I'm so aware of my flaws. When I went to this special like psychotherapist or whatever when I was younger, like assessing the way I learned and stuff like this girl gave me the gift of imperfections, and I think I was like 14. I was either 12 or 14. The gift of imperfections, and I remember I didn't read it all, but it's just like a sign, that gift, like, and I've always been recommended that gift, because I'm so highly critical of myself, because I want better. I can't self-destruct myself, and I feel like growing up in chaos, like you really do self-destruct yourself, and there's so much things that I feel like I died. Like I feel like I've died so many times, but it's like every time I die, I'm just becoming sillier, more whimsical, more vulnerable, and it makes it harder to be in society, I guess, in one way. And see, I need more vocabularies, and see, it's not bad to learn, it's not bad to look to the outside. Like I need to find new words to describe how I feel, because you can be emotionally intelligent and try to recognize like how you feel and translate that. If you are speaking from direct experience, that is wisdom, but sometimes like you have to learn words, because even though there's like telepathy and stuff and people can feel your energy and your intentions, you do need that intellectual aspect. I just feel like I'm getting my mind back. When you go through spiritual experiences directly, you figure out just different ways to try to translate yourself and your soul. Here's the thing, I'm talking is even releasing, like I feel like I'm clearing my throat chakra. I've had these like evil eyes on me. I've always said like evil eye doesn't give me power, like there's no power on it, but there's power in an environment. And if I'm choosing to be in an environment because of some situation, even if I feel like maybe I shouldn't have gone there, if I'm trying to see something out and I go in the situation, I chose to be in that situation. I'm not accepting evil eye. No one has that power over me. I was in that environment and I did choose to be there, but I can transmute this negative energy. It's gonna take me out of my body. It's gonna maybe put me in fear. It's gonna put me into this shell. There's like this barrier I have to crack, but that's what it feels like. It feels like this resistance, and this is why I have strict boundaries, and this is why it is a big deal when I talk about cutting people off my life, because there is a price to peace and there's a price to clarity. Yeah, so my head hurts. I don't know if I said this. I think I was trying to say in this video, but it's just so many thoughts at once. To get back to the purity of my energy, the purity of my energy feels good. I'm trying to get back into that stillness and that center, but I do know right now I'm at this period where, again, I'm trying to integrate, so it's taking away from that a little bit, and I don't want it to, so I need to like dial it back a little bit and go more into that present. But sometimes it creates this resistance and challenges the logical brain, the logical side of me, because the thing is, like, I always felt like I had a very logical brain. Actually, it was until I went through certain experiences that made me open my heart more, and lately I feel like I've been this ice clean, to be honest, and I don't want to come across as cold. And sometimes I feel like I lied to my own heart, like I lied to myself, but I'm not. It's just that, again, like redefining what love is. And I feel like I have had this like coldness, unapproachableness, because I am this like protective of myself. I was downstairs earlier and I was walking outside, and I had to run an errand, and then there's so many people going to my building at once. That actually gave me anxiety, because I'm sorry, I hate girls that are just give off mean girl energy. I don't care how pretty you are, I don't care how much aritzia you're wearing, you give off mean girl energy. I don't care like how much money you have, like you are not cool. I avoid social situations right now because I feel like if I'm ascending, if I feel like there's part of me that's like I want to hang out and I want to enjoy my youth. I have not had so much external experience, and I also feel to develop myself as a person, I need to converse with people. I've been in isolation for years, and that's the thing, like I don't even know how to talk anymore. So it's like I'm not trying to be not authentic. I don't even want to say those words because I don't want them to manifest, but it's just how I feel. We need to work on certain things. We have strengths and weaknesses, and that's just on being honest with ourselves. And I feel like I have things that I struggle with. I look at myself after, that makes me cringe. To be honest, I make myself cringe, and when someone comments like cringe or something, bro, I make myself cringe. But the thing is, you either face yourself or you don't, because it's gonna be so freaking cringy to face yourself, because you are gonna feel so strange. Like to actually get to know yourself is going to feel so weird to experience ourselves through these physical vessels. This is literally why we are here. We are here to experience ourselves. You're not meant to be this arrival. Each day is an experience of yourself and through other people, but you're experiencing yourself through other people. I have that clarity. It's the feelings that I feel. Each day I will feel something different. Whatever, there's this shift, and that's what I feel, but that doesn't feel like my energy. That's how I feel. I feel is how I feel. So I have to give myself fuck you permission. You have to give yourself fuck you permission. Like, I'm such a mess in so many ways. My nails are crazy. I try to do them myself. You know why? Because I don't like to leave the house, because I don't like to go sit anywhere with fluorescent lights. All these things stress me the fuck out. Why wouldn't I? I don't like going to do small talk. This stuff exhausts me. This is why I'm like, why do I want to come live in cities? You have to experience different things. There's different timelines to do certain things. There's different seasons, right? I've repeated this cycle where I've kind of like come to the city. When I was in New York, I repeated the cycle. I was in New York for like 4 months. I was like very, very locked in. I was very focused, and I noticed that it kind of raised my cortisol a bit. It makes your face puffier. Like, my lips get really puffy. I don't want to say this, I don't want to manifest it, but it's true. My lips get really puffy. It's like inflammation. And then when I detox and I send, or I do like a cleanse, like a juice cleanse or something, and I burn fat during these times too. Cortisol, you like gain belly fat. I gain weight in my arms and stuff like this. It's natural for us to follow our own cycles, and your soul will speak to you with whatever you need to work on. So my soul is telling me, even if you don't feel so present right now, because you're not focusing on that, you've been neglecting that a bit to focus more on your physical. I do want to get to that point where I just feel so my energy, but I also did try to meditate. I tried to sit in that stillness. I've realized that the more that I sat in that stillness tonight, the more that this energy overtook me. It's like I'm trying to deny my spiritual nature. I'm just trying to find my way of like talking with these spiritual topics and from talking about the physical topics. I feel like sometimes like I'm not going to make sense to a lot of people. That's okay. Maybe I just have to surrender to that more. Maybe that's my problem. Still glossing over. Maybe it's my persona. I don't know. You can only focus on what's in front of you. You have to just surrender, I think, to understand that you are safe. You just have to remind yourself in each moment that you're safe. It's okay to be seen trying. It's okay to be where you are, not be perfect. Oh my god, there's so much fear in this world, and I talk this all the time, but there is. Many people, I think, have such a fear of being inauthentic. It's gonna be very difficult because you're facing this programming of yourself. This programming is a cage, but this body you chose for whatever lessons that you were meant to learn in life. And I've noticed what I feel is what I feel. You don't need to shame yourself for feeling what you feel. If anyone tries to gaslight you out of what you feel, then they are not worth listening to. I actually feel like physically ill, physically sick. There's something like coming over me, bro. It's like this weight. I just want to sleep. I just want to sleep so much. And I feel like I've been really awake during the moon. And I know my soul, it's like I'm awake during the moon, but I don't know. I also want to surrender to that. I have not been the 7 days. I've been like staying up all night because my soul, I just feel, okay, time to come back a little bit to your soul. Time to surrender more. Time to like reconnect. I'm always connected to myself, but it's just a different area I'm connected to. I feel like I'm always just trying to translate my soul, but my brain just wants to turn off and be silly. I think it's a hard thing to do, to be whimsical. And I used to think, oh, I had to be more put together, I had to be more perfect, I had to be this, that's to fit into society. And then I realized that's not the game we should be playing. We should be playing the game of unraveling. In the past, it could be way more put together. I could edit this, make it put together, but is that the point? Anyways, how you feel is how you feel. Where you are is where you are. What you have to focus on is what you have to focus on. Age does not matter. You know, I've also been feeling this like weird thing with the age. Like I feel like I'm still young, but perception's weird. When you're like in your 20s, then you meet someone that's like 18 and you're like, oh, like I was just 18 and I'm not. But it's like you feel this gap even if it's like not so many years. Whoa. That kind of hits you with like the age thing for the first time. But I just think everyone's on a different path and you have to really like trust your season. There's so many depths I want to go through, just I'm not where I want to be, but it's okay. You are never going to be here again. You'll never feel this thing again. Embrace it. I feel like sometimes I do have fear, but it's not my fear, right? It's just like the energy around me that I feel like I'm trying to propel, also absorb it so I can go through and understand. Okay, my body, soul, like let's release this. Sometimes you have to, with what you want to create, with your vision, your mission, you have to pour yourself into this side so you can get back more time to go back into the art, more of that feminine flow. Even when I'm feeling like rage, I become more like protective, guard dog, less soft, I guess. But that's such a truth, and that's such a true feeling. And I feel like just having softness all the time is so performative. Like I actually try to be like, get out of your softness. I look at myself and I'm like, what are you suppressing? Why aren't you afraid to face the camera? What are you suppressing? I feel like I'm so scared of my sacral chakra because I had so much like trauma. I feel like for my sacral chakra, problems with that, like my sacral chakra, I'm really trying to ground. So that's me like trying to like embrace my dark side, explore that more. Because every time I enter my dark side, like I said, I scare myself. It's catastrophic sometimes. Your dark side is more, it's just more dense, it's harder. Anyways, that's just where I feel it. That's a flow state message. But yeah, I feel like I'm gonna have to change things up. I need to meditate, I need to do a cleanse, but I've just been feeling like honestly anxiety in my body, and that's why I've been trying to like self-soothe myself in ways that I think that these ways have kind of pulled me back into some bad habits, like external ways. But sometimes I'm starting to question the external can be a tool. Like the faster that you can go through things and process things or even watch things online, like it's not that consuming it's bad, or hearing different perspectives. I feel like the faster that I can consume things, I have a really short attention span. Actually, it's really bad. I sometimes feel attention span can go through things really fast. Like I want the information to me really quick, and that's just because I have this like no nonsense, like I don't want to waste my time. But sometimes I do waste my time. That's all I do is waste time. But I'm actually learning, or I'm soothing myself in a way, and that's like allowing my brain to rest. Anyways, that's just how I operate, right? Why are we fighting? Why are we at war against the way we operate? So I do feel like I don't like to leave the house because I feel so much judgment from people. And every time I try to make friends, even if I meet someone that's very cool, there's times where I'm like, I can go have fun and I can go hang out with them, and I like that. Like I like to do that once in a while. I like to reprogram, like go into the wild. I want to have that fun around people that I know are not judging me, that I know are safe. And it's really hard sometimes because to have any relationship or friendship, I do feel different. That's just me trying to be real with myself and like try to have awareness of where I stand in social situations, and like I could make myself change to be this person, but I don't feel like I am. But sometimes like there's some girls that are really cool and they'll like challenge you to embrace your dark side more, but in like a really cool way, or to embrace the side of you more. And you realize like, oh my god, like I'm still suppressing yourself, and these girls will feel so safe. Like I feel like I've met some girls like this will like observe your journey and stuff like this. It's not like this evil eye way. There's no judgment with these kind of people. Like they're just like, okay, I see you. There's not this judgment. I love this kind of girls, but some girls come across to be cool girls, but they're not. And I feel like when it comes to social situations, someone could have the perfect Instagram, like look like this really cool girl. And I'm talking about these social situations because I got this comment about this girl asking me about that, and then I went down to the elevator and I walked by and there's just like all these people, and I'm just like, oh, I'm just gonna wait till like the next elevator, especially if I'm like in a really funky, like whimsical mood, because I feel like people will kind of judge you if you're being silly. And then I feel like sometimes like in the elevators, oh my god, guys have 2 seconds and guys will shoot their shot. And so I feel like if I be nice to a guy or smile or anything, like I just can't like hold the door. Like I'll hold the door if someone's in front of me, behind me. I don't care what gender you are, like I'm gonna hold the door for you, but like please understand that it's not me flirting with you. I'm starting to look at everyone as like predators, and I'm trying to like get into the purity of my energy and have this breathlessness, because that's not me. Again, going back to what I was saying, so you just repeat ourselves in cycles, but you can only be 1% better, and you can only work on yourself of where you are, or you cannot be authentic. Like a lot of people have certain results because like they were not like truly authentic to their souls, and like they master a persona. But I don't want to master a persona, but I'm trying to master the external. It's just facing yourself in a different way, and I find it very hard. I think a lot of people do. I think it's why a lot of people don't begin. Anyways, I just want to like lay with myself, and I just don't want to talk to anyone. I don't want to wear makeup. I want to disappear. I don't want to be of society, and like why was I thinking I need to do this? I'm just like, but then part of me wants to embrace certain sides. I don't know. I feel like we do need human connection. I do want to feel like safe with other people, because I don't want to get to this point of I can't interact with other people because I'm such in a spiritual state, or like I just don't want to be separated from anything or my experience. So I'm just like struggling with that. I feel like I don't know if anyone ever like doesn't struggle with that. So yeah, one day at a time, and just trust your journey and try to let go of the external noise and not trust the fear. And it's okay to not be perfect. Embrace who you are and embrace where you are. I hope my anxiety like calms down. I really want to just be safe and like have a garden right now. That's what I'm craving, and like maybe one day I'll create these videos of me in the garden and stuff. I go through funny phases and I integrate in funny ways. Sometimes I just like don't pay attention to the external work of like what the post-production or anything anymore, because it's just like I'm changing every day. I don't know, every day is just so different. I feel different. The energy that comes over and the lesson that comes over me is different. It's like if realizing that if I don't capture what I feel like, it's just gonna go by in a second, right? I'm highly critical of myself, but in a way that has like self-love and self-compassion. You know, you have to believe in yourself and you have to be there for yourself. I feel you can embody this alter ego more, this dark side of you that can come out when you do your makeup or stuff like this. But also me, I just want to curl up and be more present and not do any of that anymore. I go through these weird phases. These are real seashells. This is real tiger's eye and volcanic ash, not like the fake stuff. I always love going to markets wherever I'm in like a different country. I love going off like the grid. One of my favorite memories is when I was in Cuba when I was 12. We were gonna get our hair braided. My sisters and I, my stepsister and my sister, we were gonna get our hair braided from the spa or something for this wedding. And we went off the resort. We got our hair braided in this like place, and they had guns on the wall because my dad was like, "Okay, let's give it to these people." They gave the same amount that he was gonna give the resort, so he had like $300. These people were like dirt poor, and it really was like culture shock. I think it was like one of the first times I experienced real culture shock, because my parents would like take me to Disney. I think it's like I was raised as a Disney child. My family was like perfect, like Ralph Lauren before they got divorced. We were like the perfect family cover. My parents were like look like Ralph Lauren models. Seriously, they both did. My dad is pretty privileged because he has like blonde hair and blue eyes. He literally gets pretty privileged more than I do. So and my mom was just like, I feel like cortisol wrecked her beauty, but she was so beautiful. I mean, she's always beautiful, but you can always tell the women that love themselves versus the women that hate themselves when they age, right? And I'm gonna go gracefully into myself, and I have to tell myself that I don't ever have to get old. I don't have to ever lose my spark or my spirit. Doesn't matter what age I'm at. Like, why do I feel so old sometimes? And sometimes I meet people, I'm like, they're so bad, or they're so young, they're so like spirited, or in this way. I'm like, oh, like this is like why I met this person, right? Because you always meet someone when you're at a certain phase in life and you're at a certain place of alignment with like the energy you're meant to embody. Anyways, I don't know what's going on. Ascension symptoms. I want to surrender to it, but I'm trying to learn that surrender doesn't necessarily mean you have to completely disappear. Like, you can surrender and go feel through it, but what if you can show yourself doing that? That's hard. Show that level of being seen. It's uncomfortable, right?